and the new look Dan Hooker, because the last time we spoke to him, he didn't have as much ink. We're live right now, so I'm just talking while you do your thing. You're good? What's that?
I surely didn't have
No, you did not. How are you, sir?
No, I'm well.
Are you tired?
Tired? No. I just got out of bed, mate.
You did? Okay. Did Vegas treating you well?
Lovely.
Yes.
Lovely time. Nah, we're all right. Nah.
When did you arrive?
Ate my vegetables, was in bed by 8 p.m.
Yeah, no,
You know me.
When did you arrive?
We got here last night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 8 p.m.
Okay. How long is that? How long is that journey from Auckland?
Vegas, I can do.
You do this in your sleep,
Yeah,
basically.
I can do Vegas in my sleep.
It's not direct, though, is it?
Nah, you go 12 hours to LA and then another hour.
Oh, that's nothing.
So it's like
That's not too bad.
Nah. I do my timing like you fly overnight, like it's
Yeah.
got it down pat.
How are you feeling? How is the arm?
Nah, I feel good.
Everything's good. Which one? Which one is it?
It's the one that's not tattooed on.
Golly, look at that.
With a tattoo around it.
Wow, how long is that? How many inches is that scar?
No, I'm not too sure. So the first break, it was just like a normal plate, but then I re-broke it. So they put like he said the plate they usually put in your leg, like he put that in my arm because they just really didn't trust me.
So and that was the second time.
The second.
Because you had the surgery after Jalen Turner.
Well, I had the surgery after Jalen Turner, and then
you're supposed to fight in December.
Well, it was like my second to last sparring. And it
Golly.
was just like a perfect storm. But then after that break, they like scanned it and stuff, and they were like it hadn't actually fused properly. So they were like the break was like inevitable.
Was it bothering you? Like, were you feeling off?
I knew it wasn't. But I was just so excited to fight. I just wanted to like the Bobby Green after a big knockout. Like I was so excited. Saw like how excited all the fans were for the fight.
Right.
And I was just like, I have to do it. So I like definitely rushed it. I rushed back to training. I definitely rushed into the fight. It just got moved like a little bit too close. So I knew I was just like avoiding it getting hit.
How do you handle this inactivity, this time away from the adrenaline of fighting? Because now we're approaching almost a year since the Jalen Turner fight. Mentally, how are you handling this? Not being able to fight, because you're one of those you're one of those Cowboy Cerrone types who would fight every 2 weeks, right? If you could, I would imagine.
Definitely.
You're not. Izzy was just talking to us about now it's all about quality over quantity. I feel like you're still in the quantity over quality era of your career.
Oh, I feel like that's shifted.
Has it?
Feel like that's,
okay.
Yeah. I feel like that's definitely. Well, I've definitely drawn on myself a lot. And,
yeah, that's true. Okay.
So you're saying not well?
But is that part of the reason for all of this? Like,
definitely. Like if you didn't have the time, like I just like people were saying you did like a lot at once. Like I just never had the time. I was never injured for this long. Like I've just been fighting back to back since I was a teenager. I've been fighting back to back like constantly since I was a teenager. So I just never. It never like really crossed my mind, and then once I started, like it's like the same kind of, it's like the same when you get tattooed. It's like the same kind of nerves you get. Like you wake up.
So maybe the adrenaline.
You like wake up on the day and you're like, oh, like what am I? Like you're about to do something big, and then you sit down and it's like a very difficult task, and then after you have to like recover. Like it's like the same kind of. Yeah, that's your fix.
Yeah.
So I guess like that was the fix. Like while I wasn't fighting was like the tattoos and stuff.
Which one hurts the most?
Oh, I can see why not many people have their feet and ankles tattooed.
Oh my god.
That's not. It's not the most fun I ever had. That's not too bad.
That doesn't hurt.
Nah,
there's just nothing there. It's just like.
No, they all hurt. Like there's just.
Are you done?
Well, I have to finish this now.
Oh golly.
And finish my back.
Oh my gosh.
Finish my stomach.
And every time you get one, does your wife get one too?
Pretty much.
Golly.
Yeah, she's getting covered too.
Simultaneously?
So it's a team effort.
Are you doing it at the exact same time?
Nah, it's
okay.
like she'll get one and I'm just then I'm inspired to get one as well.
What does your daughter think of all of these tattoos?
She thinks they're cool.
She likes them?
Yeah.
Okay.
She thinks they're cool. I said, not to your 30. Yeah. I said, you can't get tattooed until you're 30 years old. You gotta wait.
Just to be clear, 30, not 13, right?
30. 30. 30.
Oh, 30. Okay, 30. Okay, yeah. I was like, wow. Any of these? Forgive me for not knowing the correct term, but like, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but are any of these like tribal or any of these like these ones about?
Yeah, that's all like Māori design. That's
Okay.
Tamoko, that's
What does it represent, if you don't mind me asking?
like it just is, like symbolizes like Māori heritage.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this side's just Celtic.
Are you those heritages? Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Celtic.
Yeah.
Celtic, is that in New Zealand or is that from somewhere else?
No, like come from Ireland and England.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which, like your parents or prior?
Both sides of the family.
They're from where?
Like Ireland, Scotland.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do you feel a connection to those countries?
Not really.
Okay.
Like I'm a Kiwi, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm from New Zealand. Like that's like heritage. That's like where your bloodline is from.
Right. I love it. So you are here just like Izzy as a fan?
Yeah, just here to watch. So it's like cool. I've been to like maybe, I don't even know, maybe 40, 50 UFC events, but always because like a teammate's fighting or I'm fighting, and then.
You've never gone just as a fan?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I think maybe once when they were still having the fights at the MGM, I come and watched the Drew Dober fight because I was training with Drew Dober in Denver at Elevation. So that's probably like the last time I really.
When was that?
Maybe 2015. That was like the last time I came to an event as a fan. Like just to watch and enjoy and relax and.
You weren't even. Were you in the UFC at that point?
Yeah.
You'd just been. When did you start?
Maybe 2014.
2014, right?
Yeah.
And so now here, obviously, you're in a much different place in your career, and so like you get to feel the rush of the fans, you get to take it all in, but just watch with no ties to anyone, right? Because there's no teammates on this card. You have maybe friends on the card. Do you have any like good friends on the card or?
Oh, like guys I know. Like everyone's like quite cordial with each other. Like, well, there's guys I know.
Well, not you though, because like even Izzy was saying, you hate everyone in the lightweight division. He said you have beef with everyone.
No, me and Gagey are cool.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
I'm cool with a lot of guys.
What's the beef with Arman? I watched your thing with Izzy, and you really don't like him. Jeez Louise.
Nah, like that's the funny thing about it. It's like you need to take into account like the context, right?
Okay.
It's like you watch that, and then people take snippets of that,
Yeah.
and they take like excerpts of that, and they make news stories about it.
Sure.
It's like this guy hates this guy, like it's real tension. But it's like you boil it down to like the simple context. Is like me and my mate sitting on the couch watching fights, having a good time. You know what I mean? Like the amount of people that were like, "You hate Edson Barboza," like you like this. I'm having a joke with my mate on the couch. You know what I mean?
You're having a laugh.
I forget that the camera's there. I'm just like sitting on a couch with my friend, like having fun. You know what I mean? If everyone's laughing, it's a joke. So it's like I'm having a joke.
Yeah.
Like I'm having a joke with my mate. Like it's not. Yeah, that's the funny part. I will fight them, but obviously there's.
Charles as well?
I like Charles.
Okay, you cool with him?
Yeah.
What do you think about that fight? That to me is actually the fight I'm most looking forward to on the card, believe it or not. Just because I really don't know how it's going to play out. When it goes to the ground, well, Arman's,
Yeah, see, now it's like we're in a different context.
Okay.
Now you're trying to analyze.
No, I just love that fight.
No, I like
you like that? Okay, sorry.
I think it favors Arman. I feel like Arman like understands Charles' games. Like Charles has like I think the wrestling advantage is hands down with Arman.
Yeah.
He gets him down, and it's like Charles does have some very dangerous submissions off of his back if he can get Arman's back, which Arman's back is very difficult to take.
Yes.
So I feel like that fight leans in the hands of Arman.
I wonder if they actually spend very little time on the mat. If it remains standing because their wrestling / grappling will neutralize each other, and then if it becomes just like a.
I think Arman wants to take him down. I think. I think he has like identified the threats that Charles has, and he believes that he can shut them down. So I feel like that fight favors Arman, even though I don't like him.
Yeah. I honestly think, I made this prediction at the beginning of the year. I think he ends the year as champion. I think he could win this fight, and if he wins it in an impressive fashion, he could get maybe Islam next.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about the lightweight division. Like everything's up in the air. Like it looks like Poirier's next.
How do you feel about that?
No, like it definitely makes sense. Like I feel I'm happy for him. If he can get the title, no one deserves it more than Poirier.
Right.
Definitely.
Do you think he has a shot against Islam?
He's got a shot.
Yeah, everyone's got a shot, but like
got a shot. I feel like that fight stylistically favors Makhachev.
Yeah.
That's why he's pushing that fight, but he definitely Dustin Poirier. Can't count him out in any fight.
You think he's tweeting so much about it because?
I think he's next in line. Like I think that's the fight that's gonna happen.
Yeah, it seems like that's what they're hinting at. But you have Arman out there. If Gaethje wins, even if Holloway wins, would you say those are tougher matchups for him than what Poirier brings to the table?
Gaethje, just because he carries so much power when he strikes, like Poirier is like a very technical striker and more of like a volume guy. And then if you're fighting like such a high level grappler and then wrestler, then it's like obviously the volume that you need to put on the guy is not going to count as much compared with like Gaethje, which is like one punch. Like the danger in Gaethje's power is like what makes him such like a threat for Islam.
Mm-hmm. What about Gaethje Holloway? How do you foresee?
I think Gaethje just carries too much power.
Yeah.
I feel like same thing. Like Holloway's like a volume guy. Like likes to get in your face and put some pressure on you. Heavy on his front leg, which also doesn't favor well because Gaethje likes to absolutely demolish people's front legs. So yeah, just the power and the low kick. I can't see Max being able to put on the kind of pressure he needs to be successful.
I feel like there's actually several fights. Part of the reason why I was excited to talk to you, like Moicano and Jalen Turner, is like I feel like this is a fight that you're sort of tied to in several ways. You beat Jalen Turner, and Moicano. I saw him say some things to you on his show recently.
I didn't see. What did he say?
Well, his personality has really come out recently.
Yeah, I like it.
It's actually quite fun, right?
Yeah.
He said, let me get through this guy. I know he's talked about Patty as well, but, Dan Hooker can get it too. And I think maybe he was responding. So, I don't know. Honestly, I try not to keep it. It's a lot of drama. It's a lot. And
there's a lot of back and forth.
But how do you feel about that one?
I feel like that. I feel like Jalen beats him.
Oh, really?
Oh. Yeah, that's a good fight. 60-40.
60-40 for Jalen?
60-40.
What about Bobby Green, Jim Miller?
I feel like that fight favors Bobby. I want Bobby to win, to come out. Obviously, Jim, in the big
legend.
Thing, but I feel like Bobby's just got, he's just smooth. He's just slick.
Even after that stoppage, that's the kind of stoppage, when he got knocked out against Jalen.
That's old school.
But it lasted 10 seconds too long.
Yeah.
That's the kind of one that does. I actually was surprised he came back so soon. I mean, not him, but I'm surprised the UFC booked him just because I felt like he took so much damage.
Yeah. Oh, they let you fight whenever you.
I know, but
whenever you want to fight, the UFC lets you fight.
Even these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not gonna cut you off for sure.
No, they say so you have to be the one, like Izzy is saying now, right? I need some time, or I want some time.
Oh, they would have had him fight
this
5 times this year.
Yeah, that's
sure.
right. That's right.
You have to, as a fighter, you have to protect yourself.
Right.
You have to take care of yourself. That's why it's so important to have a good team around you, good managers and stuff like that to save a fighter from themselves.
Sure, that's a big statement for you to make. You were once the guy saying,
I do. Now
I have, Ash,
now I have
right?
a manager. Yeah,
right.
Ash.
But there was once a time where you didn't think the manager was needed.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And there was no one stopping me from getting out there every second weekend. And
what was the turning point? When did you feel like, okay, now I get it?
It was during those COVID times, obviously, and then because before that, I didn't think mentally I needed anyone. I was just I can do this all on my own. I can do this without anyone. And then COVID came along, and it truly tested that. Where I had some fights where my coaches could not come with me.
Right.
For the fight, or I could not train for the fight. I was training in my garage when I fought Nasrat and then Makhachev. It's I was training in my garage. I literally didn't grapple with anyone for months before that fight.
What were you doing?
Go over there.
It's cardio and
I was the last month of that fight I trained in my garage.
Crazy.
I moved in a pad holder and a sparring partner, and I just sparred my friend and my two friends in my garage and hip pads and had an assault bike. Like, it wasn't. And so, like, going into those fights, and then that was obviously like the Chandler result, the Makhachev result, and then it was like after losses like that, it's very confronting, and I had to look myself in the mirror and I said, man, I have the best coaches in the world, and I'm like ignoring what they're saying. I was like, I need to take this on board, what they're saying. Like, I can't do it alone. That was like the realization that I can't do it alone. I need these people in my life. I need to listen to them. I need to trust them, and I need to give that away. I just need to be a fighter. I need to train and listen to what my coaches are telling me.
Is it noticeably different now for you? Less, there's less things that you have to deal with. There's people helping you. Like, do you feel...
Definitely. I felt like I just got good. Like...
Really?
Yeah.
The last two fights?
Not even the last two fights, like the last 6 months.
Really?
So like,
what does that mean, you just got good?
Yeah, like things have finally like come together.
Wow. In your life or in your athletic career?
Yeah, fighting.
Wow.
Like, my understanding of the game, my understanding of the picture, like, I feel like I just got good. It's just I haven't had an opportunity to show that because I've been injured.
Sure. But why do you feel that way? Like, what is it about your mindset right now, or what you're learning, or what you're doing, or?
Yeah, like learning, like my understanding of what my coaches have been drilling into me for the last 10 years, I feel like has kind of come together just recently.
Wow.
Like, my understanding of the big picture.
That's a wild thing to hear from someone who's been fighting for...
Very long.
20 years, 20 years? Yeah, like, that's insane. So in a way, was this maybe a blessing? Obviously, you didn't want to get hurt. You don't want to ever get hurt. But because it forced you to maybe take a step back, have time off, a blessing in disguise, would you say, the injury?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Wow.
I don't believe in good and bad. I believe things happen and it has to be for a reason.
Wow. You don't believe in good and bad?
No. Well, we don't know.
Yeah. But no one wants to get hurt. But good things can come from that.
Yeah.
Have you always been this way?
No.
When did that happen, or how did you develop that?
Who knows?
I'm fascinated by that because I only typically believe in bad.
Just bad?
I'm a very pessimistic person. So my wife is the complete opposite. So if something happens, I say, why did this happen? Why did this happen? This is so bad. And I can't quite see, if you literally put a glass with this much water, I will say I will think, why is it half empty? I am that person. So
yeah.
I wish I possessed this sort of mantra that you were just sharing.
Where are you watching the fight?
I'm actually going home tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
Getting out of here.
Yeah.
Just came to talk to people.
I just literally came to talk. Well, by the way, why did you ask me that question? I'm curious.
Oh, I don't have the UFC didn't give me a ticket to the fight. That's why.
Fucking hell. Are you serious? Stop it.
I'm going to sort something out. Zuck's here. I might sneak in with Zuck. Who knows?
Who's Zach?
Zuckerberg.
Oh, Zuck.
Yeah.
Is he here? Is he coming?
Yeah, I believe so.
Come on. How do you not have a ticket?
I don't know, mate. Seats are full.
Wait, so were you asking me if we wanted to hang and watch the fights?
Yeah.
How would Oscar feel about that? He would feel very jealous.
Well, he's at work, mate.
Yeah, that's true. Why you don't think I'm going to work?
That's true.
No, I'm kidding. Okay. That upsets me. Are you upset?
Nah.
Did you know this coming?
I think they told me like on the way. They were like, "Nah, we don't have." Well,
When did you ask?
Like the biggest a while ago.
Oh.
But you need to understand, it's like the biggest card.
I understand, but you're freaking dead.
You know what I mean?
You were just on International Fight Week 7 months ago.
NFL players that need seats, like, I don't know.
No, they don't need seats. A little offended? Can I be offended on your behalf?
Nah. I've come over there to hang out with Izzy. Originally, like I scheduled.
Does he have tickets?
Yeah, he's going with his brother.
Yeah.
He's a cameraman. Come on.
Well, sorry, I interrupted you. You said originally what?
Like I originally thought like Israel was going to be the main event. And that's why we like kind of scheduled the trip. Like I always was like planning on coming over for the trip.
Right.
I come over to hang out with Israel. Like I didn't. 300 is like the excuse for it.
Sure. How long are you guys staying for?
Yeah, we go back Monday.
Golly, that's quick.
Yeah.
You don't want to stay, vacation, train?
Mate, I got stuck here for months and months in COVID.
True.
I know Vegas like the back of my head.
Do you actually get like PTSD when you come back here? Did it change the way you feel?
Nah, like, yeah. New Zealand was like locked down. Like,
Yes.
so it was like I was stuck. Like, but everyone back in New Zealand was like stuck in their houses. Like they were locked down. I was like just came to Vegas where no one gave a flying fuck about COVID. So I was like able to just live my normal life. So it was cool. Like I can't say that was a bad thing or a bad experience. Like
would they put you guys through? I don't want to make this political or anything, but like I remember you had the lottery thing and you couldn't see your wife and daughter for months, and then that picture where there was a there was like a fence between you guys. Like
quarantine.
I know, but there was a fence, but you're still breathing the same air. Why can't you hug? You know what I mean? It was all madness.
Yeah, it was madness.
New Zealand might have been one of the worst countries, right?
Yeah, it's like in the bottom corner of the world. Like if anyone could have prevented it, like it had to be New Zealand.
Yes.
Like we had to.
Do you get mad when you think about? I feel like you're going to say no. Yeah. The moment it came out of my mouth, I was like, no, nothing makes him mad. Does anything make you mad?
Does anything make me mad? It's rare. It's rare.
Like something
genuinely upsetting me
pisses you off.
Nah, it's quite difficult.
Quite difficult.
Yeah.
What about with your daughter? Like
never. What could she possibly do that would upset me?
How old is she now?
5. She's at school now.
What if she's not going to bed? She's not listening. She's not eating her dinner.
We can hang out. She's cool.
Yeah. Like, does your wife feel the same way? Like, is she this?
Nah, she can't both be the fun.
Okay, so
you're both be the fun parent. Like
you're the good cop. She's the bad cop.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
When I look after her for the night, I go, wake me up when you want to go to bed, mate.
And she just fends for herself.
She wakes me up. Put me to bed now. Like it's a different game.
Does your wife ever say like, I need you to be a disciplinarian?
Nah.
No, she knows better.
It's her job.
Yeah, that's her job. That is what. But I think back to those times, man, and what they put you guys through, and I guess you have the perfect personality to deal with something like that, because that would have broken a lot of people.
Well, a lot of people just didn't. Like a lot of people, a lot of like. So that's it. I can't remember what fighter was saying. Someone was saying it, and they were like, Dan Hooker picks fights and is like very like inactive. I was like, obviously my arm's broken. It's like being an international fighter. It's like I was probably the most during COVID, like the most active.
Yes.
International
it was
fighter.
Insane.
Yeah.
You're going to Abu Dhabi.
But it's wild. Like most fighters just sat out because it wasn't right. Like you couldn't travel with your coaches. You couldn't train properly. Like going into the biggest fights of my career, I couldn't train or didn't have coaches. Like that's just what it was. But the lessons I learned from that, like made me the fighter I am now. So I can't say that any of it. I can't sit here and say that I regret any of that.
Okay. I didn't even ask you, but do you have a fight date? Do you have a return?
I want to come back for June, International Fight Week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'm like back. 100%.
You're cleared.
Yeah.
You could do anything.
I can do anything.
Wow. And
kick me right now if you.
No, I'm good. You know, I don't want to hurt you again. If you had your say, like if they said to you, okay, so who do you want to come back?
Gamrot. Yeah.
Why?
Well, he's the only guy that doesn't have like a.
At the moment, I mean, what kind of will be free and.
Well, kind of course, but he asked me who.
Right. Okay, right now.
He asked me perfect, realistic fight. Is Gamrot. Obviously Gamrot. Like he's not getting a title shot. Right. He's sitting there kind of like waiting in the lurch. There's no one else. Can
I throw one your way? Paddy.
Yeah,
he doesn't have a fight.
Yeah, come on then. International
or maybe the Manchester card a few weeks later.
I'm not going back then.
You don't like
so
that?
So far away.
Yeah. Is it further away than coming here?
Yeah, it's twice as far.
Oh, because you're coming the
We're
other
only
way.
halfway.
That's right.
We're only halfway.
That's right. Yeah, and that's when, you didn't like that experience.
I've done that. That was a terrible idea.
Yes, 145.
I didn't sleep for a week.
That was brutal. Did you see Kayla Harrison today? Did you happen to see the footage?
Nah, I didn't see it. Struggling.
She made it, but, she looked miserable.
Yeah, we all do.
I know, but she's a big,
That's way in.
Yeah, but not everyone looks, she looked gaunt, and I know you all do, but she's someone who's fought at 155. She's fighting at 135.
Yeah, big cut.
Was that the most miserable week of your career?
Nah, like mentally, I can deal with like a lot. Yeah, So like if I convince myself it's easy. I can convince myself.
You said you didn't sleep all week.
I can convince myself that that's not a problem. Like,
What would you do? How'd you pass the time? Or are you just like laying in bed?
no, it's like, well, being like that jet lagged, you're just like,
So it wasn't necessarily the weight cut that killed you. It was just the time.
Yeah. It was like a combination. When I got that fight, I was actually in quarantine in New Zealand with COVID.
Oh.
So it was like I came out of I came out of quarantine. It's like a 2-week. You're in a hotel room for 2 weeks. I had COVID when I came back to New Zealand, and then I got out. Yeah, jumped like straight back into training camp. 1:45. Flew to London, the opposite side of the like. It was like a combination of things. So I can't say it was like. Obviously, 1:45 is a terrible idea, and I'm not doing it ever again. But it's like it was a combination of like a lot of things. That could have been planned like a lot better.
Surely you regret that one.
Nah.
Not even that one.
Nah, it was like an itch I needed to like. I always had it in the back of my head.
Why?
Because like I started my career in.
But like to go at this point.
I jumped onto that because of like. In my head, it was like the quickest way back to a title shot.
Right.
So it was like, it wasn't trying to get out of the way or avoid anything. It was like coming into the Makhachev fight, it was like positioning myself for a title shot. Even before that, like the Poirier fight, like I was in that conversation. So it's like, and then after the Makhachev fight, you're like immediately removed from that conversation. But it's like, in my head, I was like, well, if I make that move back down to 45, I beat Arnold Allen, like I'm immediately back in that conversation. So in my head, it's like the objective of my whole career is to win a UFC title. So it's like that is my quickest like path to getting back into that conversation.
If you don't win it, do you think you'll be upset? Like, will that be something that when you're old and gray, you'll be bothered by?
Yeah.
Really? It means that much?
Yeah.
Why?
It's just want to. Just that one, like just
one time,
just once,
wrapped around your waist.
Don't care what happens after that.
Yeah.
For the rest of my days, it's like, but just go to sleep with that belt for one night.
Do you believe in your heart it happens?
Has to.
It has to.
Yeah.
Why does it have to?
Well, now, from like where I am now, like everything I've been through, it's like for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it has to.
And when you say everything you've been through, like just this whole journey, right?
My whole career.
Yeah.
My whole career has been like, for a guy like me to get it, like that would mean a lot for other guys like me. You know what I mean? Like guys that just stuck it out, just loved it more than everyone else, just worked harder, just gutted it out longer than anyone else wanted to gut it out. Mm-hmm. You've been knocked out, you've been choked out, you've been beat, but you just stuck at it. And so it would like mean a lot to just show everyone that it's possible.
Not too different than Charles Oliveira, right? There was once a time where he was like a 500 fighter.
Yeah,
he had been knocked out.
Sure.
He had been choked out. And now he's turned it into...
Yeah. That's why I changed my tune on Charles. I like him.
Yeah. When did you not like him?
Like when he was on his skid. I think it was like watching the Felder fight where he kind of like... Because I hate that. I hate it when you're like... balls to the wall, try tear a guy's head off, try tear a guy's arm off, and then like start losing and tap, like move. You know, like that pisses me off. It's like, that's why it's like Barboza, like I know the fight's lost, but I'm like, I have to gut this out till
the end.
My body, I have to see this thing out of respect for my opponent. I have to see this thing out. It's like I tried to take his head off. I need to give him enough respect that, all right, it's his turn now.
Wow, that is a crazy mindset, by the way. Because most opponents would want you to just quit.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, I don't. If you try to take my head off, like, and then I start getting the better of you, I don't want you to tap. I want the same. I want it back. I want to get it back.
But then you get the knockout or the stoppage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're cool.
You know, you get the glory, you get the...
Yeah, they're cool. They're cool. People fight for different reasons.
Yeah, no, I get it. By the way, did you see, I know you just woke up, but they announced new gloves.
Yeah, I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
I like the old ones.
You do like the old ones?
Yeah.
Why? Because we had Marab here yesterday, and he was talking about how, you have to get like a jump rope, like the thing to open up the holes, and it's so stiff, and your hands are like this. So why?
I've never been poked in the eye. I can't.
Yeah. No, but just like your hands. Here, do you mind if I show them to you? Get your immediate reaction here. Andy, you could play these while I show them to Dan. So what they announced was, is everything okay? Oh, there's someone out there. These are for title fights.
I have to put them on, mate.
Okay. Well, what do you think of the look? Like, there's different colors now.
Yeah, that's cool.
You dig it?
I dig it.
There's here, like they show. I know you have to put them on, but basically what they're trying to.
I have to put them on, and I have to hit someone.
Okay.
And I'll tell you. But the UFC is the best at designing gloves that knock people out. That is true. You put them on, like, there's no other glove I've ever put on. When you put on that UFC glove, it's like.
Because there's no padding?
Oh, it's a rock.
Yeah.
It's a rock. It feels like they've just taped like tire rubber to your hand. Like, you could. Like, if I walk outside and had a fight with someone, like, I would rather them on than like a bare knuckle. Like, they protect your hand and allow you to hit so much harder. You can see why, like, black belt, terrible striker, goes like this, gets a knockout. Like, they're wild gloves.
And when you try other ones, other organizations, it's not quite the same.
They're good, but they're not like that.
Wow. Are you worried that maybe these gloves are going to be softer?
I highly doubt that the knockout ratio on these gloves, like, it would have been tested. The UFC wants knockouts. Everyone loves knockouts.
Yes.
These gloves are designed to knock people out. I want to try them on.
You've never been poked once in any way, shape, or form?
I don't think so.
Wow. And you've never poked anyone?
But I originally started fighting as of like a practical sense, like a self-defense situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
originally.
Like just to protect yourself.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So it's like those are the two of the biggest things you need to worry about: is someone poking your eye, kicking your nuts. So I feel like it's like your style is like has to be to prevent like those sort of things. I don't think I've ever been kicked in the nuts or poked in the eye.
But like, I mean, even a couple of weeks ago with Chris Weidman, like sometimes it's unavoidable, no? Yeah. If your opponent has his hands.
I saw that coming from a mile away though.
You saw it though?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bruno should have moved.
Nah. Yeah. I feel like it was like a combination of a lot of things. Like the ref didn't call it, but he didn't call it because like he wasn't like directing it in the eye line.
Right.
Like, he was glove control, which is obviously like a huge part of boxing. Like if you were to watch like if you put MMA gloves on like a boxing fight, like most of the fight, their hands are going to be open inside of their gloves. So then for us to be like, no, you can't. You have to.
Right.
It's like that's like a huge part of the sport, and to take that away from people, the ability to like control people's gloves is like a huge. Yeah, it's like a huge deficit. So I understand like them not wanting to do it, but it's like I feel like it's on the fighter.
Do you watch a lot of fights? Like, are you the kind that's going to watch UFC fights when you're not competing? If you're at home, or boxing, or other MMA?
Different. It's like I watch fights like everyone else watches fights for like entertainment, like a fan of the sport. You watch it, enjoy it, but like watching a fight and then obviously breaking a fight down and studying a fight.
Sure. But like, if you're home, do you seek to watch fights, or is it just...
My daughter watches a lot of fights. Yeah.
Your daughter? Serious? She likes it?
She has to, mate. It's on the TV.
So it's on the TV.
She's forced.
Yes. Did you watch Joseph Parker?
Yeah, of course.
That was incredible, right?
What a weapon.
Yeah. Oh, that was incredible. I was there. And I thought he was going to lose as the fight was starting, right? It didn't look like it was going his way, but it was a really fun fight. Yeah. Have you trained with him?
Not trained.
Not like specifically, but like in the same room. Have you been around him?
Oh, I've met Joe like a bunch of times. He's such a good man, such a good bloke.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of respect for Jay.
Yeah. That was incredible. And I'm just curious, how did you feel when you saw, Volk lose against Ilya, to see your friend and teammate?
Yeah, that was a funny one because that was like a fight. I believe like he was winning.
Yeah.
That's why it was like that's like a fight he was controlling. Like from my understanding of the game plan and all of that kind of stuff, like it was a competitive fight. But I feel like it had just started to. Everything that Volk was trying to do had just started to, like he was starting to break Ilya down. and then just got caught with a punch, and that just happens. Like it's part and parcel of the sport. But yeah, that was like a tough pill to swallow, just because he was winning the fight and then got caught. Like it's
the big debate was like, if that fight didn't happen in October, does he go down in February? Like, did one have anything to do with the other? Do you know what I mean? Because he had never really been rocked like that before.
Who knows? Who knows?
Do you believe that sort of thing?
Nah. Because I know, like, I wouldn't let anyone put those gloves on and hit me in the chin. I wouldn't I wouldn't sit here, like, anyone in this room, I wouldn't put my chin in the air and let anyone hit me in the chin, because you're going to get knocked out.
Right.
It can happen to anyone. It's part and parcel of the sport. And, like, that's the thing about fighting and combat. It's like, it's why guys with, like, a lot of fights and a lot of experience don't walk around, like, thinking they're, like, a big, strong, tough guy, because it's, like, the opposite happens to you. You do so much training and you knock so many people out, like, you understand how fragile the human body is, and how susceptible they are to getting hit and the ways that they shut off. So you're like, the opposite happens, where you're just like, guys with heaps of experience want to avoid conflict with people, because they're just like, I know how fragile the human body is, so I try to avoid, like, conflict as much as you can.
You almost become more peaceful on the outside. You possess lethal weapons, right? If you wanted to knock me out right now with one punch, you can knock me out easily.
Look at you. Like,
no chance. No chance.
I know that's true. If I look that way and you hit me, you can knock me out. That's not. I know that.
Right.
I know that.
But I guess that gives you, like, a peace and a serenity, knowing that you possess this, and you know what could happen if someone hits you or you hit them, and you don't have to, like, there's some people who overcompensate.
Yeah, like, you got nothing. Yeah, you got.
And those guys aren't actually the tough guys, right?
Yeah, you got nothing left to prove. It's like when I used to do like door work, like bouncing in town. It's like the fighters are not the guys going out there and something to prove. It's like, oh, guy plays rugby on the weekend. Like, he's the one that's out there, like, pushing people around, starting fights, like trying to, because he's got something to prove. Like, he hasn't had his hand raised in the ring and got a gold trophy and stuff like this. So he's got something to prove. Whereas, like, a guy that fights and wins and he's been there, experiences, like, I don't have anything left to prove.
So when do you think you find out the assignment? Like, have you guys talked? Have you reached out? Have they said, okay, we like this idea of you fighting on?
They had something. They had me penciled in for something later in the year.
Oh,
I was like,
what, Perth?
Nah, after that.
After that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's August.
September.
Yeah. Where's that one?
But I said, you give me a fight in June, I'll fight in.
Squeeze one in.
I said, I'll do it in September, but you give me a fight in June, we'll make it happen. But I feel like there's like two huge names that might be up in the air from this weekend that might fight.
Sure.
It's like either Moicano or Bobby Green. It's like those guys win, we can turn around and we can fight in June international.
Who's the September fight, if you don't mind me asking?
The French guy.
Benoit Saint Denis? The guy who just fought against would this be in France? They're going to
I don't know.
Yeah, they're going there in Paris. I mean, he would have to be on that card.
Sheesh.
You don't want to go to Paris. That's right next to London.
Hey.
The cheddar makes it better.
You get
tickets to tomorrow.
You give me a ticket
to tomorrow.
I'll fly to the other side of the world.
Wow. Do you like that fight?
I like any fight. He's
a great fighter.
That's a silly question. Never seen him fight.
You didn't see the last one?
Nah, I didn't even watch it.
Dustin.
Yeah.
You didn't see him? Weren't you on? No, you weren't on that card. He fought Matt Favola at MSG. Great knockout.
Was that?
Not the one 2 years ago. Not the Izzy Alex one. The one from this past November.
I think I saw that fight.
He hit him with a head kick. Knocked him out, almost like slapped his face.
Yeah, I might have saw the knockout, but I haven't actually watched the guy.
So you're okay with it? You just don't like the timeline, meaning it's too far away.
I just like to fight before then.
Right.
And then
Why are they asking for September though? That's
I don't know.
So far.
I'm injured. Like,
you're not injured now though.
I'm not injured now.
No. Okay. When did they reach out?
Nah, it's like you get to the stage now where the game kind of changes, and you can tell them when you're fit and ready.
Got it.
you can, like I'm saying, like a good manager and a good coach, like protect the fighter from themselves.
He had a gnarly staph infection on his forehead.
Yeah, forehead. That's like the best spot to get it.
Is it?
Like, but it's like anything that's like straight on bone. It's got like no muscle to go into.
Wow, I thought it was disgusting. You see the photo?
Yeah, that's just like you get any infection on your face, it looks like shit. Like,
I mean,
but it's like obviously it's
like
way
Grand
worse.
Canyon.
But it's way worse. Like say it was like here, and
yeah.
it's like going into muscle. Then it has like something to go into. It's like that's got nothing to like go into. It's like
so not a good excuse.
It's not a good excuse. Staph, like imagine if that was like an acceptable excuse. Half the card will be
antibiotics. It kind of weakens you, no?
But that's like, do you know how many staph infections I've had in my life? Like
how many?
I don't know.
Where's the worst one? Like, what's the part of the body that you would say?
Over here, I've still got.
Wow.
It's like a full, get a finger in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Golly.
But that's like part and parcel of rolling around with 50 blokes on the ground. Like you're gonna. That's a lot of bacteria like building up on a regular basis. Like it's part and parcel of jiu-jitsu and wrestling and like the amount of courses of antibiotics you go through. Like it's something that you learn to deal with.
You know what's one of the many reasons why I love and respect fighters so much? It's because like if I got one staph infection, I'd be like, okay, I'm never gonna do that thing that got me the staph infection. You guys are like, yeah, okay, cool.
But it's like. Yeah, oh man, I was coaching this, it was like a charity boxing thing, and it was like IT workers were doing like a charity boxing.
Like white collar.
Yeah, a white collar boxing thing, and I was like coaching one of the teams, and it was like their first sparring session, they were training for a couple of weeks, and we did like a sparring session, and it was like this guy sparred, he just got like hit, but I like saw him get hit, and just go like this, like walk off, take his gloves off, just like calmly take his hand wraps off, like put them in his bag, like real calm, and then just walked up to me and he just goes, "Hey Dan," he goes, "Not for me," and I was like, I respect the hell out of that. I respect. And
never came back.
Yeah, but like it's not for you. Like you can't make someone fight, you can't make someone train. Like I respect that, him being able to do that and come up to me and like just man to man say like, nah. Just how calmly he did it. It was like, so it never been hit before. You know what I mean? Like the guy had never. He got hit once on the nose and just said, yeah, this is not for me. I'm going to go back to my job. Yeah, cool. It's not for you.
Yeah, no, I respect that as well. By the way, do you think, I've seen you corner people. I see on your Instagram you're cornering, you're doing stuff. Do you think you'll eventually transition to that? Do you want to be that guy, or is it just now?
It's not the same fix. It's not the same.
No, but when it's like, you know, when you become Eugene's age, I don't know how old Eugene is, but he's not fighting anymore. Like, do you think you'll want to be someone like that?
We'll see.
Okay.
Time will tell.
You don't even think of that?
Time will tell.
Do you even have a plan after fighting? Do you think about, like, okay, what am I going to do when I'm 45, 50?
Yeah, of course.
What are you going to do?
Many plans.
Okay.
You don't know.
That involve fighting or different things?
I don't know.
Okay. You don't want to talk about it. I'm getting too personal.
Too personal.
Okay. Well, I've seen you talk about, you know, you and Oscar talk about a lot of personal things on there.
Yeah,
it's great stuff.
Like,
go watch Pub Talk with Oscar.
We got a Pub Talk Monday.
Are you guys going to do it?
Leave. We got to do one.
Okay, yeah. I've seen talk of people and stuff. So I didn't know if that your future plans were so sensitive, but that's okay.
Yeah, but that's like a lot of different things can happen, but it's like. Yeah, like you don't fight at this stage. Like I'm not fighting I'm fighting because I truly just absolutely love it. Like I love it. I cherish every moment I can train, cherish every time I can fight, because it's like you're not doing it for the money at this stage. Like you could sit back and live a humble life and never work another day in your life, but it's like it's bigger than that. Yeah, it's bigger.
How do we fix this problem for tomorrow? What do we do? What do we need to do? Do we need to ask the people? If anyone out there. I mean, would you go with a fan if someone has an extra ticket?
They're not going to let me sit in the stands.
Because you'll get mobbed. Well, I mean, you don't have a ticket, so...
Well...
Would that be annoying?
I'm going to drink 50 beers and be like the loudest person in the...
It could be fun. You just sit in the...
Oh, it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
If there's anyone out there who has a ticket, would you be open to going with a random person, or would that be weird?
If they'll let me in the stands, of course.
Why would they?
I'd prefer to sit in the stands.
Oh my gosh!
Be with my people.
And if not, where will you be?
The beer sales will T-Mobile Arena beer sales will be be the highest.
Yes. Okay. I feel like there's got to be someone out there. How can they get in touch? DM you? This is going to happen. You're going to end up at this event. I will be very disappointed if you... Where are you going to go? Where are you going to watch it?
I don't know.
Some bar?
Don't know. Yeah, some bar.
Nah, you can't do that. You're Dan freaking Hooker. You just fought Jalen Turner International Fight Week in the same venue.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Nah.
I'm going Buffalo Wild Wings.
Can I get you a credential?
I'm going to give me some... What's the best Buffalo Wild Wings in Las Vegas? I'll see you there, baby.
Nah. By the way,
I'm going Buffalo Wild Wings.
You should get MacLife to give you a credential, and you sit there on press row. You have a show?
Buffalo
Wild Wings
Ranch.
Okay.
Blue cheese. I'm on.
All right, fair enough. Well, I appreciate you coming. Thank you very much. This was nice. Was this an inconvenience?
Definitely not.
Okay, good.
Never. For you, sir.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You're so easy to... I just write to you, and you're like, okay, yeah, I'll be there. I'm like, that's it?
Yeah.
And then I asked Ash, I was like, do I need to go through... Oh, no, I asked you, do I need to go through anyone? You're like, nope, just go through me. I'm like, all right, cool. Fine. Easy as can be. I really appreciate it, though. Thank you very much. I'm happy to hear that you're feeling better.
Baby.
You're back.
June.
And then Paris, maybe. Let's go. There he is, everyone. Dan Hooker, the man. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You could get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.